Welcome to this introduction to the Product Vision Board. I'd like to share with you how I use the tool and help you apply it effectively. Now, let's start by looking at the sections of the Product Vision Board. These are Vision, Target Group, Needs, Product, and Business Goals. And the first section is the vision of your product. Now, this section encourages you to describe the purpose, the intention behind the product, the reason for offering it, or the positive change it should bring about. So say that I'd like to offer a product that helps people become more aware of what they eat and when they eat and maybe how much they eat. Then the vision could be to help people eat healthily, or maybe just healthy eating. The few qualities that I found useful in order to ensure that your vision is effective. The first one is to ensure that your vision is shared. You can come up with the most beautiful vision if the key stakeholders and development teams don't buy into it, if they don't support it, then it's not really worth much. But a shared vision creates not only alignment, it also creates pull and acts as the product's true north. And in order to maximize the chances that your vision is shared, it can be a good idea to bring everyone together, be it in the same room or at least online, and have a collaborative workshop and invite the key stakeholders and development team representatives in creating the vision, as well as populating the rest of the Product Vision Board. That allows you to leverage people's knowledge and expertise. It allows you to ensure that there's a shared understanding, and it maximizes the chances that people support and buy into the Product Vision Board in your decisions. The next quality is to ensure that your vision is concise, as in the example that I shared with you, healthy eating, using a slogan or a brief vision statement helps you ensure that you have a concise vision, and such a vision becomes easy to remember. And then the third quality is a big and inspiring vision. So it's perfectly okay and not to fully meet your vision, and I quite like to suggest to work with a vision that really describes a big, hairy, audacious goal and covers the next 5 to 10 years. That makes it easier for people to buy into it and support it, and it makes it easier that the vision is inspiring. Don't make the mistake of restating your product in the vision statement. The vision should really transcend your product. Let's now look at the bottom 4 sections of the Product Vision Board. And these 4 sections describe the product strategy. Now the first one, Target Group, wants to encourage you to describe the users and customers. So what market segment will your product address? Who are the people who will use and interact with your product? And who are those individuals who will pay for it in one way or another? And is that a market segment that you've addressed before, that you're familiar with? Or is it maybe a new market that you want to enter? Is it possibly a brand new market that you have to create, as in the case of a disruptive product? Now, don't make the mistake of trying to please too many people all at once. Particularly for brand new products, I find it useful to focus on a comparatively small, narrow, and homogeneous market. That makes it easier for you to identify the right needs, and makes it easier for you to get a MVP, a minimum viable product, an initial good enough product out fairly quickly, and then see how the wider market, the general market response is. If you try and please too many people at once, then you run the risk of ending up with a product that doesn't do a great job for anybody. The third section on the Product Vision Board is called Needs. Now, a need is a problem your product should help address, or a benefit it should create, it should offer. So think about what is the value that the product should create for the users and customers, or what is the reason for the users to employ your product, and what is the reason for the customers to pay for it. What job should your product do for those individuals? What goals should it help them achieve? Now, I'd encourage you to focus on the main needs, the main problem, or the primary benefits. That creates focus and it ensures that your product has a compelling value proposition. Be specific. So clearly describe what success looks like for the users and customers. And this helps you to then select the right key performance indicators and KPIs and measure if your product actually does create enough value for the beneficiaries. And don't make the mistake of confusing needs with features, product capabilities. So needs ultimately describe the motivation that people have to interact with your product and pay for it. Features are capabilities. They describe things people can do with your product. So they're part of the solution. The next section on the product vision board is called product. And it offers you the opportunity to describe what kind of product it is that you want to create. Is it a web app? Is it a mobile app? Or both variants? And then particularly, what makes your product stand out? What are its key or standout features? Why would people choose it over competing offerings? So take, for instance, the Google Chrome browser. When the Google Chrome browser was originally developed, the team said, well, it should stand out, it should be differentiated by making the browser fast, so speed, making it simple to use, simplicity, and safety. 3 standout features. So don't make the mistake here of turning this section into a mini product backlog. The point is not to describe your product at this stage in a holistic manner, capture all the features, but really focus on those 3 to 5 capabilities that entice people to choose your product and are helpful to create the desired value proposition and address the main needs that you've selected. The final section of the product vision boards are the business goals. So these are really the desired business benefits, the value your product should create for your business, for the company. So a good way to discover them is to ask yourself, why is it worthwhile for my company to invest or continue to invest in the product? What's in it for us as a business? Is it to generate revenue or achieve a certain profit margin, maybe for an older product, a more established product? Is it to develop the brand? Is it to help market and sell other products? Is it to automate business processes and reduce cost? What is it? If you identify more than one goal, then please prioritize them so it becomes clear what is the most important business goal. Is it, for instance, to generate revenue or develop the brand? And again, that helps with creating focus and alignment. And it also helps you then select the right KPIs, the right key performance indicators. In order to be able to apply the KPIs, try and state targets so that your business goals become measurable. Otherwise, it'll be hard for you to determine the product performance. Once you've created your product vision boards, don't forget to check if it contains any assumptions or important risks. If any of those statements are uncertain, you want to make sure that you've nailed the target group, the needs, the standout features, and the business goals before you then move on and commit to your vision and your product strategy and start building the actual product. And this may require you to carry out some validation work, for instance, observing prospective users, interviewing people, or creating prototypes, or possibly investigating elements of the business model to make sure that your business goals are actually viable. And then once this validation is done, and then hopefully you are in a great position to make a go or no-go decision and build a successful product. I hope that you found this brief introduction helpful. You can learn more about the product vision board and vision and product strategy in general by attending my product strategy and roadmap training course, which is also available online, and by reading my book, Strategize, which describes practices to capture not only your vision and strategy, but also your product roadmap. Thank you for watching.